I like to keep the peace and make everyone happy. Growing up as the middle child between the elder sister and a younger brother in a small town in Myanmar, I learned that very early in life. After graduation, I went to Singapore for further study. I was only 20 years old. I had no relative, so I had to figure out everything by myself. I worked full-time in the office during the day and studied part-time in the evenings. And on weekends, I taught some basic Chinese to fellow Myanmar people so that I can earn extra money. That's how I met my husband. He was one of my students. He wanted to learn some basic Chinese and then ended up marrying me instead. He was just starting his entrepreneur journey and asked me to quit my job and work with him. I did. We worked together and eventually saved enough to buy a condominium. Since I wasn't a Singapore PR, I wasn't eligible to own a property in my name. So we bought it under his name. Soon after, he wanted to go back to Myanmar to start a new business. So we did. We had no connection, no network. So we had to build everything from the ground. Recruiting, selling, marketing, training, financial reporting. I poured everything I had into the business. Slowly, we built something successful. Before COVID, our business was valued at more than $8 million. When COVID hit, I had to work from home. When my son, who was in the kindergarten, had to stay home too. I tried to help him with his online classes, but he couldn't sit still. He was disrupting others. I did not know what to do. So I went after specialist until I had to accept the diagnosis, ADHD and anxiety. Around the same time, the military coup happened in Myanmar. My husband left for Singapore. I was left alone to manage the business and our team of over 100 staff and 2 children. I was so overwhelmed and I got an anger issue myself. So I started seeing counselor and became to understand what mental health really meant. About 2 years ago, due to intense civil war in Myanmar, I had to make the difficult decision to move out of the country for my children's education and safety. Since then, I've been managing the business remotely. Managing a business from another country is not so easy at all. I learned to let go of many things and close one eye to situations I couldn't control. One day, there was a big dispute in an office that needed attention. As I looked into it, I became concerned about what was happening. So I brought those concerns over to my husband, hoping he would support me. Sadly, he chose to trust others over me. It wasn't the first time. After many years of sacrifices and contribution, I felt so invisible. As I sat with that disappointment, I started to remember many other times that my voice came second. For most of my life, I thought my value came from how much I could do for other people. I was always taking care of someone, solving a problem, or carrying a responsibility. I was so wrong. Have you ever spent so much of your time taking care of everyone else that you've forgotten to take care of yourself too? I did. Because the relationship I neglected the most was the relationship with myself. Until I learned to take care of that person too, no amount of success or sacrifices could make me whole. If my journey has taught me anything, is that we cannot keep pouring from an empty cup forever. Sometimes the person who needs the most of our care is the person we see in the mirror every day. I spend most of my life trying to keep the peace and make everyone else happy. Today I believe I deserve to be happy too. Thank you.